Hello, and thank you for joining us on our latest AI pilot. In this session, I'll talk through the aims, timeframes, and activities of the image generation pilot, and give you a chance to generate your own images. This will be an interactive session, so first things first, please make sure you have access to at least one platform for AI image generation. If you're not sure how to get started, please Google Jisc Image Generation Pilot Resource Bank, and you'll find a Jisc involved page with lots of handy resources on how to access and use a range of platforms. To get you warmed up, I'd like you to spend up to 5 minutes creating an original mythical creature. You can use whichever platform you feel most comfortable with. Just make sure that your platform of choice is suitable for your needs and that you agree to its terms and conditions. Please pause the video for up to 5 minutes while you complete this task. Here is Frostclaw. I generated it using ChatGPT Plus, the paid-for version of ChatGPT. I started off having a conversation with ChatGPT. I didn't jump straight into image generation. I asked ChatGPT what factors I should consider when designing a new mythical creature. It came up with a number of useful suggestions, like think about the environment it lives in, what powers it has, and to what extent it resembles other animals. This was useful advice. Based on it, I decided I wanted a creature that bore resemblances to a bear and a bird, and which lived in cold, mountainous conditions. I asked to see an initial image of what such a creature would look like, and what I got back was much less bird-like than the image on your screen. I asked for this to be amended, explaining that I wanted to see bird-like talons and scaly hands and feet. The image on the screen is what I got back. We wanted to do this pilot for a number of reasons. 1. We wanted to explore how widely available AI tools can be put to best use. 2. We wanted to run pilots that could accommodate very large cohorts. With this type of pilot, participants bring their own licenses, meaning no constraints on pilot cohort numbers. 3. We wanted to start with image generation, as it's a use case that is applicable across the further and higher education sectors and for a wide range of stakeholders, including students, educators, and non-teaching staff. Through this pilot, we want to find out the following: the best use cases for AI image generation, the techniques and strategies that produce the most effective images, the limitations of using AI image generation in educational contexts, and what blockers there are. We want this pilot to be self-paced. On the screen is a suggested medium-paced timeframe. You may want to go faster or slower. The first stage of the pilot will be gaining access to and familiarity with at least one relevant platform. Become adept at generating images and start thinking about the best applications of these images. The next step will be to apply image generation. Here, think about the impacts and benefits your images are having. Reflect and use your insights to iteratively improve your practice. Work towards mastery. The final stage of the pilot will be the evaluation. This will take place in December and involve you taking part in a roundtable. We'll offer many dates and you'll only be needed once. You'll also be asked to complete a survey. In terms of support, we've put together a resource bank which includes how-to guides for AI platforms and guidance on implementing image generation. If you Google Jisc Image Generation Pilot Resource Bank, you should be able to find the resource bank page on Jisc Involve. We'll be holding twice weekly drop-in sessions and would be grateful if you could attend once a fortnight. There's a dedicated Jisc mail which we'll use to share ideas and experiences throughout the pilot. You can find a link to the sign-up page in the resource bank. Please note the Jisc mail is for staff only, and you can always email us directly if you want to talk through anything. Here are the times for the weekly drop-in sessions. You should have received an invite for all the relevant sessions. If not, please email ai@jisc.ac.uk. On the pilot sign-up form, there was the option to select which type of users you wanted to focus on during the pilot. If you selected students, either as your sole focus or as one of your options, then please listen closely to this section. We wanted to include a student-led option in this pilot, as we feel AI image generation could enhance students' subject-specific skills, particularly for highly visual subjects, and also their digital skills, making it relevant to an even larger group of students. We'll hold a kick-off session for students and also weekly drop-in sessions. We'd ask that at least one member of staff is appointed to oversee the pilot. This is the person that we at Jisc will interact with. And for the evaluation, we'll hold separate roundtable sessions for students. At this stage, we wanted to make you aware of potential issues around AI image generation. First, environmental impacts. The use of AI invariably leaves its mark on the planet. Training and using these models consumes huge amounts of energy, water, and natural resources. And did you know that generating an image can require 60 times more energy than finding a similar image through a search engine? So always think about whether the image you're trying to create might already exist somewhere, or could be created via alternative means available to you. In the context of this pilot, we're of the mindset that our role as a cohort is to develop good practices, which includes the efficient and effective use of AI. We're hoping to hit upon techniques that enable users to achieve quality, impactful images with minimal need for multiple iterations and minimal effort spent on ineffective applications. Together, we hope to invest in the skills that will help the whole sector to use AI image generation responsibly. Another issue we want to discuss is that of AI bias. As you can see from these images, AI platforms may exhibit biases. In this example, the image is reinforcing the idea that nursing is a female-dominated profession. Not only is this insensitive, it could also serve to exacerbate gender inequality in job roles, as such images may chip away at efforts to normalize gender equality in work. For our purposes, there are a few things to keep in mind. Firstly, the reasons AI can exhibit such biases are varied. For one thing, they are trained on existing data, for example, images of nurses. If the existing data reflects historical biases, the AI's outcomes may carry those biases forward into the future. Secondly, you are responsible for the images you choose to use. Review generated images and check them for biases or insensitivities. Thirdly, the organizations behind AI platforms and models are aware of the issues around bias, and there are indications that things are improving. This is demonstrated to some extent by the improved gender biases in the 2023 images compared to the images from 2022. That said, you should still review your outputs for biases. Here's the activity that we did as part of the live session. For those watching this recording, please think of your own applications of AI image generation. Create an image using your platform of choice, and then please email the images you created, along with a summary of the process you used to create them to ai@jisc.ac.uk.